Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Off the Cuff here at Oswego City Hall. I want to take today and this month's update to obviously talk about what's on everybody's mind and what everybody's concerned about, and that's COVID-19. I'd like to talk about what the city has done and the changes of operation here at City Hall so people are aware of that and can plan accordingly, and then talk about some of the other things we've done to help those virtually everybody affected by COVID-19. So first of all, as soon as schools were canceled about 2 weeks ago now, the city immediately partnered with the Oswego YMCA and Little Luke's here in the city of Oswego to offer free childcare. Little Luke's and the YMCA stepped up to increase their capacity at their childcare facilities, and the city stepped up with $100,000 in funding to start to fund those slots, with priority given to first responders and folks working at Oswego Health or medical facilities here in the city of Oswego. So essentially what that means is as the daycares come up with additional slots, the city will pay the daily fee associated with those slots, so people don't have to worry about that extra unexpected and sudden expense, and can place their child in daycare while if they still have to go to work, assuming they're essential personnel or in the medical field, they don't have to worry about finding childcare where their child is and what they're doing. So we thought that was the right thing to do, and we'll continue to evaluate that moving forward as I'm assuming the delay in schools is becoming inevitable here. So we'll see what happens as that goes on, but that's a partnership we're willing to continue. Immediately following that, we came up with, in light of the closure of businesses in the city of Oswego, mainly restaurants, bars, and so on, we came up with this mailer and developed this quickly. I realized the struggle that small businesses and restaurants are having from having to go to takeout or delivery only. So we partnered with the Chamber of Commerce and came up with this list that's clearly changing, but it lists the restaurants who are doing takeout or delivery, their hours, their website, their phone numbers, and the services offered. So we developed this and sent it to every household in the city of Oswego. So we encourage you to use that, support our local businesses during this difficult time. In addition to developing that mailer, we immediately made available $250,000 in no interest loan funding for our small businesses. The $250,000 will allow us to give 25 $10,000 loans to small businesses here in the city who are struggling right now. The loans do not accrue any interest for 21 months, and there isn't a payment due on the loan until at least September. So that'll allow these businesses to get approximately $10,000 in their hand right now, so they can continue to pay staff, to pay bills, to pay their distributors, to try to stay open, make it through this difficult time, and then hopefully pay back once they are allowed to open again and we get back to some sort of normal life here. What's important to note about city government is City Hall is now, all essential personnel as ordered by New York State is now working remote. That includes City Hall. So City Hall is closed every day except Wednesdays. We're open Wednesdays 9 to 12. We break for lunch from 12 to 1, and then we're open 1 to 5. Everything is confined to the first floor lobby of City Hall, where you will do your transaction there, and you won't be allowed to go into any other areas. That way we can confine activity to that area and manage it properly. City taxes, I've extended the deadline for city taxes by 30 days with no penalty. That's the most we can do at this time, so I'm happy to do that, and that is city taxes and water and sewer bills. So that seemed to be the right thing to do and allow people an extra month to try to put money together to pay those bills. I'm extremely proud of the fact that we put together a comprehensive one-stop shop, if you will, website for the city of Oswego related to COVID-19. It's www.cityofoswegoemergencyassistance.org. The idea behind the website was to consolidate all information into one place. So the information includes childcare options, unemployment benefits and how to get benefits, help with food banks and food pantry locations in Oswego County in central New York, mortgage relief, student loan relief. Our small business application is on there. Information from the SBA for other funding opportunities is on there. We also consistently update it with testing and positive case information from the Oswego County Department of Health. And we try to consolidate all the information that someone could possibly need if they are running into trouble here because of COVID-19 on one website, so they're not searching all around for different sources of information and to figure out ways on how to get things like benefits or locate a food bank or other resources. So we did that quickly, and I'd like to thank my economic development team, Nate Emmons, for helping me put that together under the gun and in a short time frame. We also did an executive order recently to emphasize social distancing. The executive order states that you cannot host a mass gathering in the city of Oswego anymore. That can go from anything from having a basketball game at our city parks to having a party or a gathering at your house. And what we're saying is right now you should not have multiple people in your home or in a park or any celebration of any sort because that event brings people together, and then those people leave and can transmit COVID-19 if there is a positive throughout our community. What we also found was the SUNY community. Students went away to spring break. They went downstate, they went to Florida, they went to Myrtle Beach and had a nice time. And I think that is irresponsible enough alone. But then they came back to Oswego and decided that they were still on spring break and were having house parties and large parties and gatherings in the parks. And that's irresponsible, it's inconsiderate, and we essentially outlawed that with the executive order. And that's really what prompted the whole thing. And that leads me to my next point. My next point is just because you feel okay, you've all heard this before, doesn't mean that you don't have COVID-19, right? So although you may be a younger individual or you may feel fine, we ask that you still stay home, avoid mass gatherings, avoid going out in public, and avoid interacting with other people right now because there are vulnerable people, senior citizens, immunocompromised here in the city, and it's inconsiderate for us to just go out and walk around and possibly contaminate another individual. So that's really what's behind the executive order. We're asking people to try to stay out of the parks, try to avoid things like aerobics class in Brightbeck Park or 5-on-5 basketball games, and just be smart. At the same time, the point I've been trying to make lately is while a lot of the media attention is focused on really dense, larger cities like New York City, like even the city of Syracuse, what we need to think about is the fact that we're a smaller community, but we're also a much more tight-knit community in that we all use the same Walmart, we all use the same Price Chopper, we walk on the same sidewalks, and we use the same public amenities. So my point is, it almost makes us more vulnerable to something like COVID-19 because we all go to the same places. So if one person who is positive walks into our Walmart, that really is an issue. And that's why we are emphasizing people to avoid going to the store every single day. I'm still confused as to why every time we drive by Walmart or Price Chopper, the parking lot is full. One person from the family should go to Walmart or Price Chopper. It's not a day out at the store, so be mindful of that. And there's really no reason to panic. You should just stay inside, avoid going out as much as possible, and limit exposure to other individuals so that you can significantly decrease your chances at getting COVID-19. My last point for social distancing is I firmly believe that if we do social distancing properly now, the less amount of time we will have to do it in the long run. So if we hunker down and do it right and take it very seriously right now, I think we will save ourselves a lot of time and aggravation in the long run. In closing, I've made it a mission to disclose the number of positive cases in the city, the county, has gone back and forth. They can't seem to make up their mind if they're disclosing locations or not disclosing locations of positive cases. I will continue to update the number of positive cases in the city of Oswego to the best of my ability. I know we have at least one, which is the last update that I got, but as updates come in, I'll continue to provide that because I think knowledge is power in this case. Transparency is important, especially during an emergency or a public health crisis, and I'll do my best to keep you updated. Other than that, please stay safe, stay healthy, and please stay inside. Thank you, and I'll talk to you next month.